Join Kids Hut family. Hey Tia, you know my friend Jim who is a year senior in school? Yes, I do. I think he's being very bossy these days. Really? What happened? Well, he thinks that our maths teacher will give us a surprise test towards the end of the month. Why does he think so? Because she gave his class a surprise test too around the same time of the year. Okay, so what's the problem? It's a surprise test, dear. How can he know when she will give it? And he keeps telling me to study for it. Well, he's advising you from his experience. Let me tell you a story to help you understand. The musical donkey. Once upon a time, a potter had a donkey. The potter was very poor, so he didn't have enough to feed the donkey. Hence, the donkey was very thin. One night, the donkey was hungry even after his dinner. So he wandered in search of food and reached a nearby field and ate the crops. This went on for a few nights. Till one night, he met a jackal. Hello there. Hello. Is the crop here any good? Yes, it is. Besides, it is a lot more than what my owner gives me, so I can't complain. Would you like to have some cucumbers? Yes, I would love to. I love cool, juicy cucumbers. Okay, come. Follow me then, my friend. The jackal took the donkey to a nearby field that had cucumbers growing in it. And they both ate their tummy full. From that night, the donkey and the jackal met every night and enjoyed the delicious cucumbers in the field. One night, after a hearty meal, the donkey said he wanted to sing. I feel like singing tonight. No, my friend. You must not sing. But the donkey ignored the jackal's wise advice and started singing. Hearing a donkey bray in the field alerted the farmers. They came rushing to the field with their sticks. The wise jackal knew what would happen next and jumped over the fence for his safety. But the donkey kept singing till the farmers found him. Once they did, they beat him up and chased him out of there. So you see, Tofu, sometimes a wise advice is not to be ignored. Otherwise, you will get chased out of a field or fail a maths test. Yes, Tofu, you are right. I think I owe Jim an apology and need to start studying. I agree. Mrs. Farrow has gone mad. How does she think that I can help her? Why? What does she want? She wants me to help her pick the leaves from her lawn. How can I do that? I am just a kid. It is something that grown-ups do. Yes, grown-ups and Pocahontas. Pocahontas. Once upon a time, an 11-year-old girl called Matauka lived with her tribe, the Powhatans. Matauka was always cheerful and a playful person. Hence, people lovingly called her Pocahontas. One day in the year 1607, many English ships arrived on the shores where the tribe settled. The Englishmen founded a colony called Jamestown there. One day she met Captain John Smith and took a liking to him immediately.
Hello, what are you doing here in the colony?
I know the winters can be hard, so I have brought supplies for the settlers. There's food and some warm clothes.
That is very kind of you. Thank you.
This went on for an entire year. Pocahontas helped the Englishmen build their colony and settle there. But the tribesmen grew weary of the settlers.
We should ask them to leave our lands immediately. This has gone on too long. We should reason with Captain John Smith. I think he is a powerful and kind wizard. I say we drive them out of here.
Give me a chance. Let me talk to them. They know I am a friend.
Okay, Pocahontas. Tell the settlers to provide the tribe with guns in exchange of food and supplies we have been providing them.
The tribe wants you to supply them with guns in exchange of the provisions that they send.
That is not possible.
With both sides adamant about their decisions, there wasn't much to be done. But Pocahontas did not give up. She continued to keep the peace between the two sides. Her patience and thoughtfulness kept the two from going on an immediate war against each other. One day, Pocahontas learnt that John Smith died in an explosion. She was very sad to know this and stopped visiting the colony.
With Captain John Smith gone, I am in charge. I am tired of these fights with the tribe. I say we kidnap Pocahontas and get leverage against the tribe chief.
Orders given by the new captain were carried out. Pocahontas was kidnapped and put on a ship immediately. There she met John Rolfe. She converted to Christianity and married Rolfe. Soon they had a son. Few years later, Pocahontas traveled to London. There she met Captain John Smith. "I thought you were dead. I am so happy to see you alive and well." John Smith and Pocahontas spent the rest of the evening talking about past times. A few days later, she contracted smallpox and died in London at the age of 22. When John Smith found out about her death, he said, "Pocahontas saved the colony from famine, confusion, and imminent death." She was 11 years old when she started helping the colony, Tia. Yes. I think there is no age for helping someone. You can do it anytime. Let me go and help Mrs. Farrow now. Okay, see you later then. Hey, Tia, can I use the new colors you just bought? I need to draw and color a bird for my science assignment. Sure, Tofu. Here you go. Thanks, Tia. Hey, Tofu, I am very hungry. Can I have one of the chocolates you bought at the store? Actually, Tia, I bought them for myself. Can't you wait till dinner? Tofu, you're so selfish. You're like the selfish giant. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Let me tell you about him and then you can decide. The Selfish Giant. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful garden. It had big trees laden with fruits and many flowers of different colors and fragrances. The grass was so soft that it felt like a cozy bed. Different birds sang melodies in the garden the whole day long. The children of the village loved playing in the garden. They would come there as soon as school got over and would stay till evening. In the far end of the garden was a big castle. People often said that the giant who owned the garden used to live there. But it was empty now. Nobody knew what had happened to the giant, and they thought he would never return. Till one day, the earth shook and there were loud thumping sounds. With each thump, the children were lifted off the ground and back again. Oh no, it is the giant. It cannot be. Why has he returned after all these years? The giant saw all the children in his garden and yelled loudly.
What are these children doing here? This is my garden. Get out! Get out of here!
All the children got scared and ran away. The giant then built a large wall around the garden so that no one could ever enter it. The next day, the giant went to the garden, thinking that he will pluck some fruits and flowers. But the trees were so sad without the children that they shed all their leaves and fruits and lay bare. Even the flowers that had blossomed became so sad that they went back into the ground. Oh, I feel so sad. I don't feel like dressing up with my leaves today. Yes, without the children, even I don't want to come out. I wish the giant had never returned. Who will I sing for in this empty garden? I am leaving. As time went by, winters came and passed. When spring came, it was lush green everywhere. The roadsides were filled with colorful flowers and green trees. Everyone wondered how the garden must look too. But with all the sadness present in the garden, spring did not come to it. The garden remained frozen. The only ones happy in the garden were snow and frost. With no spring to melt them, they became the masters of the garden.
I will cover every tree of this garden so that it looks white.
And so it went and covered every tree till all one could see was white.
I am going to invite the north wind to join us here.
The icy cold wind swept over the garden. It knocked the chimney pots off the castle and rattled its roof. Then the naughty wind had another idea.
My friends, let's invite hail over too and claim this garden as ours forever.
Soon hail came down on the garden. All four of them got together and caused havoc. Hail and wind attacked the castle roof every day and took off its slates one by one. One day, while the giant was lying in his bed, he heard beautiful music come in from his bedroom window. He thought perhaps the king's musicians were passing the garden. He looked out of his window and saw that a small bird was sitting on the window ledge and singing.
Has spring finally arrived?
He looked beyond into the garden. The icy wind had stopped blowing. The snow was melting and frost was vanishing. Hail couldn't be seen anywhere. Instead, he saw the most beautiful sight.
The children have broken into the garden.
Some children had found a hole in the wall and had entered the garden from there. They were on every tree and were happily sprawling on the grass. The trees were so happy that they covered themselves with green leaves. The flowers also came out, and the grass was smiling gleefully. Even the birds were chirping new happy tunes.
What I did was terrible. I was selfish. I should have never ever blocked the children out of the garden. I will go and correct my mistake now.
The giant went out and broke the wall down.
From now on, this garden is your playground forever. The children were so happy that they hugged the giant.
From then on, the giant played with the children every day. As time passed, the giant grew very old and tired. He wouldn't go out to play with the children. He would only watch them from his window. One day, he saw a little boy crying. So he went to see him.
What is the matter, little boy?
The boy's hands were bleeding. This made the giant very angry.
Who has hurt you? Tell me his name and I will punish him.
The little boy calmed the giant and said, "Calm down, my friend. These are wounds of love." Then the boy took the giant's hand and took him to the Garden of Paradise with him. After some time, the other children came to where the little boy had been. They found the giant lying on the grass and covered with white flowers. He had died with a loving smile on his face. "I really was being the selfish giant, Tia. I am so sorry." "Yes, you were. I will change that immediately. Here, please have some chocolates, Tia." "Thank you, Tofu. I am happy that you have changed, but it is dinner time already. I will now have the chocolates for dessert." Isn't that John and his older brother? Yes, that's them. Look at that. He is really troubling his brother. Oh, I think John is in big trouble. I'm sure his brother is going to give him a big scolding.
I don't think so.
Why not? Didn't you see how he was troubling his brother? There is no way he's going to stop unless his brother scolds him.
Don't decide on that till you've heard the story of the wind and the sun. A long time ago, the wind and the sun were just talking when the wind said something strange to the sun.
You do know that I am more powerful than you, don't you?
Don't be arrogant, my friend.
But the wind got offended.
I am not being arrogant. I am being truthful. If you don't believe me, let's have a competition right now.
The sun did not want to compete with his friend, but the wind left him with no choice.
Reluctantly, he agreed. Okay, my friend. Let's have a competition.
Just then, a young man was walking on the road below them. He was wearing a beautiful scarf and a handsome coat.
See that man below? Whoever can get the scarf and the coat off him wins.
Okay, wind. You go ahead first.
And so the wind blew at the man. The man's scarf moved a bit and his coat front flapped a little.
I was just beginning. I will show the man some more of my power now.
Now the wind blew a little more strongly. The man's scarf and coat front started flapping more in the wind. The wind grew fiercer and blew more wildly at him. The man's scarf almost left him, but he caught it and tied it around his neck properly. The wind blew at the man with all his power and anger, but it only made the man wrap his scarf and coat around him more tightly. He started feeling so cold with the wind blowing at him that he wrapped his arms around his legs and sat down by the road. The wind failed to get his scarf and coat off.
I have still not lost. If my power and anger couldn't do the job, you surely won't be able to do it either.
Let us see. I think you have frozen the poor man. Maybe he could use some warmth.
And so the sun gently smiled a bit at the man. Immediately, the man started feeling better. He straightened up and the color returned to his cheeks. He got up and started walking his way again.
Is that it? Is that all you will do? Smile at him?
The sun ignored his friend and smiled at the man a little bit more. The man became more comfortable and walked his way faster.
Watch what happens now.
Now the sun gave the man an even bigger smile. As the sun's smile grew bigger, the man started feeling warmer and warmer. Finally, he could take it no more and started sweating. He slowly took his scarf off.
Oh no! At last, the sun's warmth became so much for the man that he took off his coat and flung it aside. The sun had won the competition. I am sorry, I underestimated the effect of gentleness. I thought only power could make things happen in the world, but I was wrong.
Oh, don't worry, my friend. Why don't you blow at him gently so his sweat can vanish?
The wind did so while the sun continued to smile at him lightly. The man went on his way enjoying a pleasant day. Wow, Tia, that's a wonderful way to be with people. Yes, there are better ways of changing things than a show of anger and power. I'm so glad you are my elder sister, Tia. If ever I do something wrong, I know you will correct me without scolding me. Well, looks like John also has a great brother. See? He's no longer troubling his brother. For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Hut family. Subscribe here.